Do you think that she's ever not going to sound disappointed with us?
Who?
The recording lady.
Oh, I don't know.
Every
Maybe.
time I hear her, it sounds like my mom in high school. It's like,
Recording in progress.
yeah,
Like, okay,
there's
bitch.
like, there's a bit of like, there's a bit of like, oh God, you ruined my best years in that voice.
Oh.
Welcome back to a conversation with Judy and Ryan, the podcast that nobody knows is still happening. I've
It's
had like,
true.
I've had like three people because I need to post some more stuff so that people know where we're at. But I had like three people say, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Hey, have you been listening?" Like, our friend Yaya, a couple other people, and
Hmm.
they're, "No, I thought you hadn't. I thought you stopped." And I think it was because we did the switch,
Oh, wow. And we're like
right?
14, 15 episodes deep.
Yeah, I know. So y'all got some catching up to do.
I'll have to post more on the Twitters, so
Yeah,
I don't
I,
remember.
me too. And also just posting in general.
It's true.
This week got away from me. I'm sorry.
It's
So yeah,
okay.
we'll have like a double feature this week coming
Yep.
up. So that's cool.
Exciting.
Um,
Yes.
let's see. So last week we did not record, which you don't to you watching this is like 8 weeks later. But last week we didn't record because Judy was going to the movies.
I was on the
She hit me
Thursday
up.
night.
When did you decide? Because you didn't tell me about it until I want to say day of, maybe day before.
Like day before. Actually we had pre-booked our tickets for we went to go watch Ant-Man. Ant-Man?
Pause. Pause. You holding your mic.
Is it awkward? Okay.
It's not that it's awkward. It's just like so funnily cute.
What if
Like,
I just hold it like this? Does it sound better?
no, it sounds the same. Just let it hang. Just let it all hang. Be comfortable, okay?
I want it to sound good just because I don't want to wear my regular headset. I'm trying something new that I found my old headphones. So
I totally get it that you want to use the Gen 1 actual have a 3.5 millimeter jack headphones. Totally get that.
yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
bringing it back.
you don't have to double fist the mic just in order to, I'm not,
I'm
there's
like,
only room.
you saw me
There's
like
only,
three fingering it this like.
yeah, there's only room for one person on this podcast to inappropriately use their mic. And I'm the one with the big black one in my face. So, I mean, come on.
You are. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good.
All right.
But anyways,
So
yes.
last week, going to the movies.
Yes. My husband had pre-ordered the tickets whenever they went on sale for Ant-Man. And I forgot when I actually knew it was coming up, but it just kind of snuck up on me. I was like, oh wow, it's coming up on Thursday. Like it's Valentine's Day. I'm like, wait, we're going to see Ant-Man on Thursday. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I guess it's already time. So it just pops up on my calendar and I'm like, oh, let me text Ryan that I can't
Yeah,
record.
no. I was like, and I like how you just told me movie, but I don't know why you didn't say I'm going to see Ant-Man.
I don't know.
Like it wasn't obvious. What else was coming out that weekend?
Absolutely nothing. It was just Ant-Man.
Especially who goes to the movies on a Thursday night?
I
You're
only go
not.
on Thursday night if it's one of the new Marvel movies, we
No,
have to
no, no,
be
no,
there
no, no, no,
Thursday
no.
night,
Sorry,
right?
sorry. That's my point. Is I'm saying unless it's an opening night, who just randomly I'm going to the movies on a Thursday? Like especially when you're in the situation like we're in which we're in long-term committed relationships.
Hmm.
You don't just use a Thursday night to go to the movies. That's for people who are still using Tinder. Okay.
That's true. That's true. You're right. You're right. Or like
Did you hear that?
no, I heard
2 minutes 14 seconds in.
I heard someone pitch in the back
Yeah.
over there. But okay, do you remember years? Oh, sorry. Let me put my phone on mute. Years ago, there was this program called Movie Pass. Did you ever
Yeah,
hear about that one? Where it
yeah.
was like $10 a month, right? And you get to see unlimited movies.
And it failed horribly
And it failed horribly, but
because that is an impossible thing.
the
Like it
worst.
was it was impossible for them to actually make up for the amount of money that they were supposed to be
Right.
paying out.
And they said towards the end, they're like, oh, the average user watches 3 movies a month. Me and my roommate were like watching movies every day, Monday to Friday. It's like we just go see any random movie that's playing. We're like, yeah, let's
Well,
go.
that's exactly it. Like people will only go maybe 3 times a month
Mhm.
because of how expensive it is. But if the shit is free,
Like,
you
yes.
know, I don't want to have to dip into my 401k to be able to go see, all of the Marvel movies. Like, come on, man.
Exactly. And if you want snacks, I mean, good luck.
Especially, I'm a fancy bitch, so I go to like the nice theater. The for people who are listening in cities outside of Las Vegas, I go to downtown Summerlin,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Where they have what the reclining seats and you can order your food ahead of time and they'll have it in a little bag ready for you.
Wow.
Or
Okay.
you can order it when you get there and they'll
Hmm.
bring it into the movie for you. Like, oh God. Chef's
That's what
kiss.
we do. It is the best. And I love it because, they do full dinners. You like burgers, appetizers, whatever you want, like milkshakes, desserts.
Yeah.
It's like so great. So it's like a whole complete, you can go to movies and have your dinner at the same time. Like,
But that's why you can only do it like every so often.
right.
You know? So
I
what'd you
felt
think of the
like
movie though?
I loved it. I,
Really?
I think I think we were talking about it on our way home after the movie. I'm like, I think Ant-Man is one of the trilogies in the Marvel that didn't have a bad movie, in my opinion.
Okay. No, I'm just so I haven't seen it. I have no
Oh, okay.
intention of seeing it.
What? Really?
Look, it's
It's
not that I'm
good.
anti MCU. I am emotionally spent slash closed off to it at this point
Okay, fair.
because to me, like I started, and I know I'm not the only one, obviously, but I started with the original Iron Man. Like I saw that in the theaters,
Hmm.
right? And then to go 20, 22 movies, however many it was in, and have a movie, in my opinion, that ended a saga
Hmm.
perfectly in Endgame. Like
Yeah.
to me, there's a point, and I get why Disney can't do it because that's not how you make billions of dollars every year. But to me, there's a point, just like in the show Supernatural. I don't know if you ever saw that one,
No.
but it
But
was designed.
it went on for like 20 plus years, right?
Well, 10 or 15, but it was designed to go for 5. The
Okay.
creator of it literally set up everything to go for 5 seasons. And if you look at it from a storytelling arc for those 5 seasons, it's some of the best television that you can see. And
Hmm.
then they kept going and going and going to where one day you're looking at it and you're like, this show has Botox.
Oh no.
Like I
But I know
recognize
what
it,
you
but it's
mean.
not the same.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing with the MCU now is just like one I I have a an issue with Brie Larson. It's a personal thing, right?
Okay.
I don't like how well look, I'm not saying I have anything against her. What I'm saying is how they're just like there's people's energies that you just don't vibe with. I
Yes.
don't vibe with her energy. Like everything
Mhm.
that I see her in, she comes off as like annoyingly overconfident.
Okay. I can see
Like
that.
like a 80s action bad guy. You know, like Willie Zabka before the turn in Cobra Kai.
Damn,
So
Brie
that's
Larson,
that's
huh? That's okay.
that's yeah. So since she's kind of like the main focus for everything going forward, that A doesn't really help me out. B, I'm not saying that they were bad because there have been bad Marvel movies, but the
Mm.
Ant-Man movies never caught me, right? Like I'm also not a super huge Paul Rudd. Like he's very hit and miss for me.
Really?
And this is not me taking a shot, even though it kind of is, even though he does the same person in everything that he's in,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Hey, and guess what? You could win an Oscar doing that. George Clooney has never played a role other than George Clooney.
Did he win an Oscar?
Yeah, he
He
won it
did?
for the one where I think like his wife died or something,
Oh, no.
which is usually like if you want an Oscar, there has to be tragedy,
That's, yeah,
right?
you're right.
Like honestly, that's
Every Denzel movie. I mean,
Brendan Fraser cannot lose out on the Oscar this year because in The Whale, I haven't seen the movie, right? But I know what it's about. It's about a super fat guy,
okay.
like morbidly obesely guy
Mhm.
who has a terrible relationship with his daughter who's like I believe she's in high school age but maybe older, and like him painfully trying to just do better, right?
Mhm.
It's nothing but tragedy from the storytelling perspective to how he looks because he's literally a whale
Is
of a
that what the
human
movie
being.
is about?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that, but
Yeah, like
okay.
he's a teacher, an online teacher, but he never even shows his face to his students because he is that much of a grotesque, and I say it like movie standards, right? But of a grotesque individual that he doesn't even want to, right? So that's what he's guaranteed. It's in the bag. There's never been a more surefire thing than him winning because that movie is nothing but tragedy.
You're right. No, you're right. I
You
believe
know who would have
yeah.
come close? Will Smith, because he was in a slave movie, but he slapped a motherfucker last year.
Oh yeah, he did.
You forgot?
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like it just happened yesterday, but when you said, "Oh, it was last year," I was like, "Oh shit, it was last year."
Yeah. You know, it was right around this time last year.
Oh, that's so.
So, um, yeah, so I
But
mean,
yeah.
and then the other thing is with this new phase, also having TV shows involved and all that stuff, like it's a lot for me. It's a way lot for me. As someone who primarily ingests their media in 10 to 15-minute segments,
hmm
a TV show every week and then a movie to follow it up is a bit much.
I get it. It's not for everybody, and that's
Exactly.
okay. That's
Yeah, no,
okay.
exactly. I had this conversation the other day. I try not to be one of those guys just because I'm done with it.
Right.
I try not to be one of those guys that like, oh, it's garbage now and you shouldn't like it. Because guess what? If you like it, good. Because that's what I think entertainment is supposed to do at its purest form. I know it's been bastardized to
Yeah.
the nth degree.
Hey, look.
Oh, something's wrong with your mic.
Wait, can you hear me now?
It sounds like I'm hearing you through your computer. Yeah.
Can you hear me
We
now?
run a tight ship here on a conversation with Judy and Ryan.
Does it sound better if I do it
No,
like
it
this?
doesn't.
Damn it.
Yeah. Maybe next time don't use headphones that were made the same year you graduated high school.
Hold on. Stand by.
Oh, you're back.
Really?
Did you like turn the jack or anything?
Maybe. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No,
That's
you
fine.
sound so much better.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay, just don't move.
Okay. I'm just not
Um,
gonna move.
yeah. But so I really try not to be someone who like because at the end of the day, like I was saying, if
Mhm.
you get enjoyment out of it, that is the point of media is to encourage learning or in excitement or happiness or feelings in general, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and so who am I to determine what is and isn't good? I know what I think is good. And I think that there are markers that will say if something is objectively good or objectively bad or subjectively. I always get those two backwards, but you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, fuck the MCU is basically what I'm saying.
Wow. Tell me how you
Yeah,
really feel.
yeah.
Well, I liked it. We liked it. So the main bad guy in this,
Jonathan Majors.
oh my God, he is so dreamy. He was very scary. He's a really good villain, but he's just so dreamy.
He went to the because I was he was obviously he's because not only is he the bad guy of this, he's also the bad guy in the upcoming Creed movie.
Right.
So he is just doing interview after interview after interview. He went to the Yale School of Acting.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow, good for him.
See, so here's my question for you.
Hmm.
Why were you surprised that he went to Yale? Is it because you were surprised that Yale has an acting school or because a black man went to Yale?
The first one, I didn't even know they
Mm-hmm.
have a acting school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to say?
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to say that I understand where certain feelings come from. And I don't know.
I don't know where you're going, but okay.
I was honestly, I was equally surprised. Not that a black guy went to Yale, obviously, but just like that a black guy went to their acting school. Like, because I don't know how acclaimed it is or anything like that. Obviously, right. Your mic went away again. So I don't know anything about their acting school or anything. I'm sure it's highly acclaimed. However, I'm just gonna keep going, guys, because who knows when she's gonna be back. And I mean, but you hear about stuff like NYU and obviously USC has an amazing film program, which acting is a part of that and everything. UCLA, anything in the California area because that's where Hollywood is. But Yale, I was very interested by that. So, but apparently his skill set is quite amazing. So you're back. Oh, you're not back.
Wait, can you hear me?
I hear you the same way I was hearing you before.
God damn.
It's okay. I'm gonna keep talking about Jonathan Majors. He is very hunky. Like he's got one of those faces where he'll never have an issue being a bad guy in a movie, but like the bad guy that you want to rip his clothes off. Like he looks like the kind of guy that he'll slap you, but then he's gonna make love to the place that he just hit. And I get it. That's something that is very bad, but danger is a you know. So, Judy, are you back?
Back. Okay.
No, you're not. So, are you? Let's do this, Grandma. Are you setting your microphone?
We're good.
Okay.
We're good
Did
now.
you set it in Zoom?
Yes, I had to redo everything in my fucking Zoom settings here. Anyway, so I heard nothing that you just said.
That's 100%. Okay. I was honestly, I'm not gonna indulge because I know the audience wants me to repeat every single word that I just said, right? And I'm not gonna indulge you guys. Okay, it's bad enough that my lordship got taken away.
Oh damn!
I'm saying, what do you mean? Oh damn! Like, oh, you forgot?
No, but I remember the cabin.
The cabinet. The cabin.
Your fucking cabin said no.
The cabinet meets in a cabin sometimes, okay?
Sorry.
The cabinet, yeah, I haven't, it's going to be a while before I get my lordship back. So maybe I'm not doing everything for the benefit of the audience. Basically, I was talking about Jonathan Majors and
Yale.
How Yale, because I was talking about how there's other schools and he's got this kind of face that's like, it's like dangerously sexy. And the way that I equated it, which is like, it's not, I hope no one ever has to deal with this, right? But he looks like the kind of guy that will slap you and then make love to the spot that he slapped you in.
Okay.
Right?
I can see that.
Right? Like I said, I hope that never ever happens, but it's dangerous and dangerous hot. So
dangerously
See, this
hot.
is what happened, Judy. This is what happens when you leave me by myself. Okay,
You came all of that by yourself. I love it.
it's going in.
But it's
Oh,
crazy. I forgot. I think when we went to go watch, so the last time we were at the movies was to watch Black Panther back in
uh-huh.
November. And just remember, I think three trailers in a row were all movies that had Jonathan Majors in it. And I was just
What
like,
was the
look at
other one?
him. Um, so it was Ant-Man, Creed 3, and I can't remember the third one.
I'm gonna look it up now.
We'll have to look it up because he was in three trailers in a row. I was like, dang, okay. I remember watching him in Lovecraft Country. I don't know if you guys watched that or
Oh
if
no!
you're into
So
that
I
movie or
I
not.
didn't watch it, but I saw the promos for it. I didn't
That was
realize that was him. He looks. They made him look like he doesn't seem as tall in everything else that they made him seem in that.
yeah. So I was like,
Uh,
oh, look at him. He's like, I don't know if that was his first big role or whatnot, but that was the first thing I've ever seen him in. And now I feel that he's gonna be this big actor and
well,
good for him.
forever, and I think he has enough range to do
Hmm.
anything under the sun. But that face alone, he will always have a job as a bad guy,
Yeah,
you know?
it's
And
true.
then that's before you even put on the fact that dude is hip.
Yeah.
Like he looks like somebody stuck a needle into him and sucked all the air out.
Like his muscles have muscles.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
But yeah,
oh no 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 no. I'm trying to see. Oh, the harder they fall, maybe? No,
maybe
that was last
I
year.
don't know. No. Who are we looking
Either
for?
way, like because I also don't go to the movies that often, so that's
Uh-huh.
also why I might not be recognizing anything. But I got Ant-Man, I got 48 Hours in Vegas, The Man in My Basement, Avengers Secret Wars, The Kang Dynasty Avengers, and Creed
Oh,
3.
it might have been this one called Magazine Dreams. He plays a bodybuilder. Maybe that was the other trailer. I don't know.
Was that all it takes? All you gotta do is go to Yale and
And
I
be
don't know what
buff,
I don't even
maybe.
know what I'm trying to say now.
Maybe.
I'm
I
just upset
don't
that he got to play a bodybuilder. He's in shape, but he's I hate when they do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
know. Anyways, so that was one of the reasons why, just going back, why we missed recording last week because I went to go
Right.
watch Ant-Man.
And
But
you liked it.
I loved it.
So
It was good. Like I said, it was probably one of the few trilogies in the MCU that didn't have a bad movie. I will say
yeah.
that.
The issue that I have is that from what I've heard from reviews, because I still would like to know what happens in the movie, is
Hmm.
there's some logical plot points that is it's common
Yeah,
in
yeah.
most I'm not even gonna say MCU movies, but movies in general. But there's some logical plot points that just make it very hard for me to deal. So
There's like a lag with my camera. I'm like,
yeah, maybe it's because you have it in HD now.
I don't know. I like this though, so we're gonna keep it.
Oh God. Okay.
What else did we need to catch up on? Oh, can we talk? Wait, sorry. What's on your list?
Valentine's Day.
Okay,
How
I was
was? I
supposed to
mean,
talk
was
about
that
Super
what you
Bowl.
did for Valentine's?
No, so for Valentine's Day, we have this tradition where we go to one of those like cheap Chinese buffets.
I think you told me about this.
And I love it. We pick whichever one is like either close to us or has good ratings. And I mean good ratings, like good ratings for
Yeah, as
as
good
good
as a
as you can
Chinese
get.
buffet can have. Like
Yes. And I just
this one
love
won't give you syphilis.
our hepatitis. Like,
Yeah, I mean, none of the itises.
But that's what we did, and I love it. It's just a fun tradition. We don't want to do anything fancy. We're not, but the Chinese buffet we went to was busy. All right. They were making some money.
They were like, a lot of people want to do this.
Clearly. We weren't the only ones who had the idea, but
Mm.
that's what we did, and we just chilled. But the thing is, our wedding anniversary is 6 days after Valentine's Day. So we just
Ooh.
celebrated our 1 year on Monday.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So when do I get the grandbaby?
We'll see. Hope
I want my grandbaby.
I know it's we're working on it.
Yeah, I
As,
know
as
you were
best we
working
can.
at it at your mom's house.
Like on the bed here in the guest room, like
Yeah, everywhere. It's
the
literally
living
baby
room.
making
I mean,
central.
but we did. Like, so we've been married for a year now, but we haven't had a real honeymoon.
Honeymoon?
So
Okay.
we booked our
Sorry.
honeymoon for May.
Uh-huh. Oh, where are you going?
We're doing a cruise. So we're going to Honduras and Mexico.
Nice.
And it's my first cruise ever, so I'm excited.
Oh, I love cruises are so good. It's especially I'm not going to ever advocate for the cruise that just kind of like takes you from California to Hawaii or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But the ones the ones that you like can hit some spots in or whatever.
Hmm.
Because I don't want to be on the ship only, right?
Right.
But I
Right.
think it's awesome if you can have little mini vacations in between your other mini vacations of
Hmm.
going to, like you said, Honduras and Mexico. You know,
Yeah. So
so
we're
yeah, awesome. Are
that's
you gonna? How drunk are you gonna be?
we got the unlimited drink package, so I'm gonna start, like as soon as I get on board, I'm gonna have a drink, and we're just gonna just go from there.
Oh my god, you're gonna pickle yourself. You're just gonna come back and you're gonna have a blood alcohol level of like 17.
Yes, probably, but we did buy those the liquid IVs because apparently, those
Shut
will
the
keep you
fuck up.
hydrated.
You bought powdered Gatorade.
I did. Because we
Like
can't buy what?
that's all that is.
Okay. Powdered Gatorade.
I'm just saying, like, and don't
Nonetheless,
get me,
I bought some.
I have a ton in my desk at work, like, but like that's all it is.
Will it help me stay hydrated in between drinks?
No, you know what'll help you stay hot? Drinking water in between drinks.
Well, I mean, I'll be drinking water with it, obviously.
I don't really think you will. I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna pour your fucking liquid IV into your drink and be like, oh,
No.
no. And you'll be, oh, it's the same. It's the same thing. I'm fine. I can drink all of these because when you put the liquid IV in, it's like you have 3 glasses of water inside the daiquiri. So it's fine. Don't touch me, motherfucker. Oh, that's my drink. That's gonna be you.
That's probably gonna be me. And you
Day
know
two.
what?
Day two.
Not even gonna end day one like
No, day one. Because look, day
oh
one,
man. Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that you don't think is gonna happen day one if you've never done a cruise before.
Okay.
Mostly just getting all your shit settled, and then you have to do like a fire drill type thing.
Right, yes.
Like it's a whole thing. So you don't really get to party, excuse me, nearly as much as you would think you would on day one. Plus, you're traveling, you're tired, like you're not ready to go full vacation mode
Yeah.
day one. Once all said and done, like you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna have my glass of wine. Like you're gonna go to dinner, you'll have your glass of wine, maybe a second one. And then like you're gonna try and keep enough energy so that you can have sex with your spouse at the end of the night.
Okay,
Because you
you're
feel
right.
like that's how you need to start off the vacation, right?
Every day,
Right.
every night,
Is it-
and you're gonna have to cruise.
Yeah, I get it. You're trying to make a grandbaby. Like it's not. I'm talking about
We're on a time
actually.
frame now.
I'm talking about how actual tired you're gonna be. Okay, God.
I've heard my like I was telling my coworkers, I'm like, yeah, we're going on our cruise and stuff, and one of them was like, one of the days you will just do nothing but sleep. He's like, you're gonna be so exhausted.
That's probably like how long are you going for?
7 nights.
7 9, yeah, so like on day 5 or whatever, right?
Probably.
But
I think so, yeah.
that's why day 2 day
It's
2
gonna be Slosh the Judy.
is, yeah, it's gonna be sloshed liquid IV Judy.
I can't wait. We're going
Oh,
nowhere.
yo, where are the sponsorships? All we do is talk up these brands.
God, I know. Fucking speaking of Celsius, I'm still here. Lemon
Oh,
lime.
you dick.
We're still here.
You got the lemon lime right in front of me.
I
Oh,
do. I bought a whole
motherfucker.
box, so
Actually, you know what I was told? I don't know why I think of this before. I gotta try. Maybe it was even by you, but I gotta try looking online.
yes, Walmart.
Walmart.
It was me that told
That's what I said. Maybe it was you.
you. It
Okay, I wasn't trying to not say that. Gosh, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't in this
Look,
motherfucker.
man, all these sponsors, I'm ready. I'm gonna start adding them on Twitter, all right? And be like, look,
Look,
all
we
this
only
free
talk shit
promo.
because you don't pay us. As soon as you pay us, we will be so nice. It's funny how that
I
works.
mean, the fact it's not like I never badmouth them. I always talk about Celsius in such a positive way, except for that one lawsuit that's happening with them right now still. So,
I feel like
you know.
you've done some complaining about Celsius. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and say that I have not done the lion's share of it in any way, shape, or form, but
Uh,
I'm not going down on that ship by myself.
oh man. Oh, let me show you my new cup.
I've been looking.
It is a it's not okay, so you know the really
Oh,
popular one.
babe, we can get the cola at
See?
online to Walmart. I
Hmm?
mean, it's how many do we get? Because that's
It's tw I think it's 12 a pack, isn't it? Or
I'm looking with the
four.
one I'm 12 in a pack. Okay, because that makes it more viable then. Look, I'm not trying to sound cheap, but it's $27.
I think it comes with 12.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be a dozen pack per big pack. So
Or maybe I can buy individually. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting I'm sorry. Oof, oof. Got excited.
a little too
I gotta
excited
calm
there
down. I
for
gotta calm
but the
down. All
cola
right.
flavor is still my favorite.
Mm.
So, but
All
yeah, so
right.
my new cup, let me just talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
I I don't know, I don't get the hype, but I bought this, so here it is. But it's I guess the more viral
What the
popular.
fuck? Yo, I don't get the hype, but I fucking bought in, baby. So here we are. So now you have to listen to me talk about it.
Yes, I don't get the hype because there's this huge, it's called the Stanley Cup, and it's just like $60. This is like a dupe, aka a knockoff, for $20 on Amazon. And I mean, it keeps my water cold, and it does have this handle. I guess that's what makes it great, better than the other like 500 bottles and hydro flasks that I have, is that there's this handle. But anyways, that was my little spiel on my knockoff Stanley Cup. And it's basically leak proof though, so I kind of like that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What? I just had to bring it up, okay?
Yeah, but like, why did you sound miserable while you were doing it?
Because I want to get the hype. I want to understand.
I like how you said, I want to get the hype, but then you don't actually get the product that's hyped up.
Well, I didn't want to pay the $70 for it.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but that's the same as saying, like, man, I want to know what the hype of these Teslas are. I'm going to go buy a Hyundai Ionic. like, yeah, you'll
Yeah, you're
have an
right. You're right.
electric car,
You're
but
right. You're
and
right.
and
You're
and
right.
to be fair, there's probably because cars are hugely different. There's probably not a huge difference between the knockoff and the not. It's just like this is the kind of shit that I read like when I'm bored at work and I read an article and the journalist didn't actually do any work. They just
Right.
went and took a bunch of Reddit comments and put them in the body of the article.
I'm sure that
So,
happens more often than not.
oh, way too often. It's frustratingly annoying how often that happens when I think I'm going to get some actual, analysis
Hmm.
on these movies that are supposed to be the most suspenseful of all time. And then Joy Boy 824 is like, this movie freaked me out, man.
Man.
That's the whole story, or the whole article is just copy and paste of different people saying stuff. Kevin Spacey was a monster. So
I'm dying. Wow.
you are dying. All right.
I am.
All right. When we come back,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna talk more about the hype on the Stanley Cup. Probably not, but we're gonna see that cup a whole bunch.
Probably. Probably. Sorry.
No, there's no sorries necessary. I think that we're all happy now because the whole time we were like, what is that cup that she was talking or that she was drinking out of? I'm so interested in the cup that where is that? Is that a Stanley Cup? No. Well, what is it?
What
I
is
wonder.
that?
And now the mystery is solved, so we can all just go.
I solved it for y'all.
It was gonna bother me personally, like for the rest of at least the show.
Okay.
I got the ADD, maybe the rest of the night, but
Maybe.
so
Maybe.
no. But when we come back,
Yes.
there is a certain member of the male anatomy that is growing in size over time. And I would like to see if Judy can guess what that is. So come right back in about 3 seconds to a conversation with Judy and Ryan. Oh, there she is again. Just
Disappointed as ever.
just disappointed in your choices, Ryan. Also, why were you just laughing at me?
No,
I get on the second leg of the video call. You're just like, ha 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 ha.
I was like dancing, but also stretching, so I didn't realize if you saw or not. But then you had this look on your face. You're like, so I'm like,
no, okay, no, because like so, since my hair is curly, it's obviously if you have curly hair, you make up for not. It has to be thin in order to be curly, right? So when I see it in certain lights, I'm like, fuck, am I going bald? Right?
Yeah.
And this happened the other day where I had to have Alex go through the back of my head because I was filming something, and because of the way my hair was spread in the back of my head and the way that the lighting was on it, it looked like I was going bald, like right in the back. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready.
Like,
for
no.
this. I don't want to be that guy who grew his hair long because he was going bald. I just want to grow my hair long.
But you're not going bald.
No, she went over me like a chimpanzee mother cleaning its child. She was like, well,
I'm glad you're not going bald.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but because of that, like, it looks like I'm going bald, kind of.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But it's just because the hairs are so thin that when it's not curled up together,
Yeah.
It's it's not like I grew up in an overly critical household and I worry about things like that. No.
No, never. Never that. No, but I was going to ask you guys how your Valentine's Day was.
Oh. So our Valentine's is the Thursday, I think. So we had really done. Oh no, I surprised her. I did surprise her because I told you about it, and then the Valentine's Day happened, right? So
Yes.
I woke up that morning and I ordered it. I had to order it from a Target that I was not planning on ordering it from, because they didn't have all the stuff that I wanted.
Okay.
Mostly because I was doing it for the game,
right?
The Hogwarts game. They didn't have the Hogwarts game at my Target.
Ugh.
Hey, buddy.
Oh.
Hey.
I was like, who are you waving at?
What? I'm talking to you. Why are you waving at me? They didn't have the game at my Target, so I swapped over to a different Target, ordered everything, picked it up on my lunch. I was very interested. I've never gotten carded at Target like for anything. And I
Okay.
got carded for this. Now, don't get me wrong, everything all in was
Was a lot of money.
yeah, it was
Right.
let's say somewhere around a rack, right?
Okay.
But I had already paid for it all. So I was just very interested that I had the thing on my phone and they still carded me for it. Anyway, um so I picked that up on my lunch break, and then after work I busted it at home so I could set everything up
Oh
before she got here,
wow. Okay.
right? Yeah, no, I look, I'm a showman, okay? Um, so I hurry up, I pull out the old PS4, I kind of hide it in plain sight. I just put it down in front of the ottoman that we have that she just wouldn't look in front of, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I set up the PS5, and then I'm like, because I told her I was getting her something, right? And so you're like,
Right.
oh, I want to know what it is. Tell me what it is right now. I was like, I'm not telling you what it is. I make decisions in this household. Uh, um, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we got home, or when she got home, I gave her the game, and it said PS5 on it, and
Okay.
she was like, "Will this work in our PS4 though?" You know,
Oh.
right?
Oh.
She's so adorably sweet. It's amazing,
Cute. Yeah.
right? She's like, oh my god. Um, and I go, we don't have a PS4, and she does the thing where like she looks, like, right, and then
Yeah.
it's confusion, and then looks again, and he's like,
Aw.
right, and literally no sound, just like,
Yeah, I get it.
so. That
Oh,
was the Valentine's Day. She was very
nice.
happy about that.
Okay.
Um,
Has
oh
she
yeah,
been
but
playing it?
no, she hasn't. She has a plan
Oh, there's a
that she's
plan.
working on. Yeah, she's
Okay.
always planning. She's always up to something. She's she's like Pinky and the Brain, okay?
Oh.
Um, it's fine. She's 10 years younger than me. She has no idea what that means. Um,
Oh.
what? Am I wrong?
I don't know. She could have seen what was it? Animania? No.
Yes.
Animaniacs? Is that what it's
Yes.
called?
Or the standalone Pinky and the
Or
Brain show.
yeah.
But that's when she didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't
She was too busy watching Code Lyoko. You have no idea what that is, do you?
I have no idea what the hell that
Exactly.
is.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm the most childish person you will ever meet. I barely know Code Lyoko. Right? Like, look, there's certain things we just age ourselves out of.
Clearly.
Right?
But it's okay, so it's funny. I watch these TikToks of people playing that Hogwarts game, and they somehow had like mod the game.
Yeah.
So all of the
If you play it on the PC, you can mod it.
I'm like, how the fuck did these people do that? Anyways, they have it where they turn the wands into like Glocks. I was like, that shit's so cool. Well, I want that.
You want Hood Harry? You better learn how to do some PC gaming then. You can't do that on a PS5.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Mm. But you know what's
Mm-hmm.
awesome about the PS5 is that it really has restored my want to play a console game.
Okay.
And it's because like I get bored. I get bored so easily. I don't want to wait for loading screens.
Hmm.
And I don't have to really anymore because it is so fast with the loading. I mean, part of why I like the Switch isn't because it takes forever to load too, but since it's portable, it allows me to do other stuff,
Well, yeah.
right?
Hmm.
It allows me to have like a visual podcast on so I can watch it. And then when it's loading, I can put that in the back of my brain and play this. And then when the next level, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like, oh, you're right in the game. Oh,
So
it's
what's the
so
next game you'll be
tantalizingly
playing?
exciting. Okay. It's like, this is what thinking about that gives me so many goosebumps. So many.
So many Ghost Bombs.
So many. What were you asking me? I'm sorry.
No, I said, what's the next game you'll be playing then?
So right now I'm playing God of War,
Okay.
Ragnarok. I played the original on the PS4. We're
Okay.
also playing, because since there's no loading, you can just bounce back and forth. I'm also playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which is the original, so that I can play the sequel on the PS5, which is Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes.
Which that game is very interesting because it is a third-person shooter, but you use bow and arrows, right?
Hmm.
So it's a usually when it's with a gun, they have like a lock-on system, and this doesn't really have a lock-on system, so it's just interesting. Let's see. Oh, so we weren't sure if Horizon was appropriate to play in front of the kid.
Hmm.
So I started playing Ratchet. So I'm like a good 1/3 of the way through that game, Ratchet and Clank. It also comes with the intro. God damn, I need to go outside. It comes with the introductory game of Astro's Playroom. So there's a lot of, so that is the PlayStation fanboy in me,
Okay.
because that game has a lot of Easter eggs that just remind you of that of old PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games. And
Yeah.
4, I guess, too, because this is the 5th one. So yeah, so those are the games that I'm playing.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure that by
That's
the end of next week,
exciting.
I'll be playing more games.
More on top of it. Just because you can keep switching.
There's like there's an initial load to get the game in there, and then it's like nothing else.
Interesting.
So nice.
I never knew about that, but
The
that
solid
makes
state
sense.
drive. It's a look. I'll get all nerdy on you. I'll tell you why it works. Okay, it's a solid state drive, which is why there's only certain memory components that can go into the swappable memory unit of the PS5. Microsoft did a whole thing in which they have their own proprietary. See, I can do it. I can go nerdy real quick.
You
Okay.
can. I
Okay.
noticed.
Look, just
He's
because
like,
I
don't
got
get me
this hair,
started.
just because I got this hair and this beard, okay. Look, I was gonna say something, but it was gonna immediately be a lie. I was gonna say something. I didn't get laid until I was 19 days old, motherfucker.
Okay.
Too much? Okay, that was a bit
Too
much. That was
much.
a bit much.
A little.
Ah,
Yeah, a
all right.
little. That's okay.
Oh, okay. So I teased before because when you tease something at the end of a segment, just do it in the middle of the next one. It's fine. There's a story came out.
Okay.
There's a story came out.
There's a story came
There's a
out.
story that then came out.
Okay.
There's a story that came out that was talking about penis sizes in men
Okay.
and how over the last, I don't know, when was it? I'm trying to find it right now. Over the last like 50 years or whatever, the average penis size has gone up.
Okay.
I want to say like 50 years ago, it was. Why do I seem more interested in this story than you do?
I'm trying to see where you're going with it. I'm like, okay.
No, I'm just talking about it. I think it's interesting.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
think, no, I don't trust you, Ryan. There's always a back door somehow. And you want to be careful when you're talking about penises and back doors. I get
yeah,
it.
clearly.
So here's the the title of the article.
Okay.
Men's penises are getting longer. Here's why this actually is a problem. The average erect penis length has increased by nearly 25% in the last 3 decades.
Wow. Who wrote this? Man or woman?
ZME Science. So
Okay.
let's see. Oh, written. You tell me if this is a man or woman, and I'm not talking shit when I say this. I just genuinely don't know.
Okay.
TB Piwu.
Phoebe?
TB TIBI TIBI.
Okay.
And the next name PUIU.
I have no idea.
TBPU.
Guess we'll never know. It'll be a surprise at this point. It can go either way. It sounds like a very unisex name, so I don't know.
So I just I found it interesting that people cared enough to actually measure erect penises over a period of time. I didn't go and look at to see if it was peer reviewed and all these things. Just the fact that somebody was like, you know what I'm going to do?
For the next 30 years.
For the next 30 years, I'm doing nothing but getting guys hard and measuring it.
Looking at penises. I mean, hey, someone has to do it.
You think you can get like a college grant for that? Like somebody got paid just to like give a guy a warm up and measure it?
Honestly. It's for science, okay?
Or do you think that what he did is he contracted it out and basically he like gave a fluffer like a side gig. He's like, hey, while you know what a fluffer is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That is something in my house. If I just said fluffer, I would just get a look at like, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was just like, yeah, while you're doing your job, if you could just also pull out a ruler, I'll give you $10 an inch.
Damn.
No,
a lot of knowledge.
Nothing less than 15 an inch. You gotta negotiate. You never take the first offer. Okay?
Never got to exactly.
Oh,
that is 100% true.
All right. So
but that is interesting that somebody decided to do this research for the last 30 plus years and was like, you know what? It's time.
And then I like how the article, why this is a problem. Vaginas are the same size. I mean, what else could be the problem? What? They have to start using more denim and jeans because they need to make more space? Like, what's the issue?
What was the issue according to the article?
I gotta read it.
Oh.
I was focused more on the science of it. I was focused on the scientific research. Yeah, doggy dog, you don't sniff your butt around these parts.
Oh, that's pretty funny though.
All right, so I want to get this part in. I have a story about this one being a real Leo, right?
Okay.
But somebody made a prediction and it was wrong.
Oh.
And someone else made a prediction and it was gloriously correct.
Okay.
The Chiefs won, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering when this was coming up. I was like, are we talking about the Super Bowl on this episode?
Oh, this is nice, man. We're just going along. You didn't bring it up at all. That's amazing.
It was such a disappointing game. Eagles were on the roll. Ugh.
Look, as a game, I thought it ended sad, but as a game in total, I thought it was incredible. I thought, look, Jalen Hurts did exactly what I said he would need to do in order for them to win the game. Like, he played amazingly. He only made one mistake, which is just like, I'm still trying to figure out how that happened. The fumble, but
Yes, yes. Oh, yes, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, like, it was a great game. You had a team that needed to come back by what, 10, 14 points?
14 points,
Yeah, they had to
something.
come back.
Yeah.
And like I said, the only thing that sucks is if this was a movie, the Chiefs would have scored and they would have given the Eagles a chance to score again, right?
Right.
This
Yeah.
isn't a movie. This is real life.
No,
So
it was real life.
they played the odds,
Yes.
especially when your running back makes the all-time heads-up play to stop at the
At the one yard
1 yard
line.
line, right?
Yes.
So if the running back is going to sacrifice personal glory for the glory of the team, obviously as a team you do all the other stuff that they did, and they won the game as a result.
They won it. Yeah.
My favorite thing coming out of that, because don't worry, I'm not going to kill you on that, because one, you picked against the best quarterback in the league for whatever reason.
Because he gives me the ick.
Yeah, I don't know why he's the greatest. Look, like myself, he is of mixed race. So obviously he is of superior gene stock. So look, I have to look out for my boy. Anyway, I did like how all of the Chiefs were like, yeah, nobody believed in us. Nobody. And then how all the pundits were like, don't do that, because here's the thing. All the pundits did the same thing, and they're like, what are you talking about? Nobody believed you. What are you talking about? No. If you look at the beginning of this, like preseason into week even 3 or 4, or even farther, because I believe they lost to the Colts somewhere around week 8, something like that, right?
Yeah.
All through that, it was, this team is rebuilding.
Right. It's over.
This team is in the most competitive conference in football. This team will be lucky to make the playoffs. This team might get last place. This team lost Tyreek Hill. How can Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback, recover from losing this wide receiver? Like,
right, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think on both sides it's blown up. I think that the Chiefs blew it up so that they could get more motivated, and the media plays it down more than they did so they don't sound so stupid, right? But it's so incredible to me that nobody can just be like, yeah, I was wrong.
Right.
Which leads me into this one.
Okay.
So I think it's fair to say that we all have a type, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that just because you have a type doesn't even mean that that's the only thing that you're attracted to, or that you couldn't fall madly in love with someone who doesn't fit your standard type. This bitch. She be trying to tell me that she doesn't have a type. So I give her a very simple test.
Okay.
And this is how, and it's not a man, woman, it's a person test, right?
Yeah.
Anyone under the sun, this is how you know if you have a type or not. Or no. What your type is, I should say, because everyone has one. If you're thinking of someone that you want to fuck, that's your type. Not someone that you would like to go on a date with, or that would be, really nice to hold their hand. Have a lovely life, get married and children with. No. I'm talking about you want to get sweaty. I'm talking that you want to do stuff that is so dirty that in the moment you're all for it, but the next day you're like, damn, I can't believe I was even capable of something like that. Right? Yeah. That's the person I want you to imagine.
Okay.
Right? Whoever that person is your type. So I asked this one about it.
Okay.
Because she does have a type. Her type is tall, muscular, white guy. Okay? It's Sebastian Stan from the Marvel movies. Love
him. Yeah.
Yeah, right? Of course you do. It's Tyler Kitschke or whatever from like Battleship and John Carter. Taylor Kitschke, whatever. I get too concerned on his last name and I forget his.
But yes, you're right.
See, I don't know anything.
I know
All I
exactly
know,
what you're talking about.
exactly. All I know is tall, good-looking white guy, right? So that is her type. But then she was, I don't have a type because I don't fall into that type.
Okay.
She likes, I just like good-looking men. Okay, first off, stop buttering my bread. Okay. I know. I understand I look good and I appreciate you for it. I love you that you think I look so good. But just because you want a slice of this cake
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean that I was the initial order, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You, and here's the other thing too. All the guys that I've just described
Mm-hmm.
are very similar to her ex-boyfriends, right?
Yeah.
And that's I am not saying this from a jealous perspective,
No,
right?
it's right.
Because it's true. Like I get it. I'm good. Jason Momoa and Chris Evans are both extremely good-looking people.
Yes.
I only want to get sweaty with one of them.
Oh, not both?
I mean, no, if we're talking like Eiffel Tower action, then okay, that's different. But I'm saying like I personally like to me, Jason Momoa is like, you know,
Okay.
and then Chris Evans is like, he's really nice, and I would love to like go and get coffee with him on a Sunday, you know.
Introduce him to my mom.
Yeah,
Like,
do like a couple's cooking class,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I
So
see it.
that's what I'm saying is like, and that's because my type leans toward muscular barbarians, obviously. Right? So I
I
asked her,
get it.
I asked her about this. Wait, am I muted?
No?
Okay, sorry. I see this thing. It said mute. Anyway, sorry. So I asked her about this while we're getting dinner earlier, and she's like, I don't have a type. I was like, okay, name one person of color in Hollywood that you would want to get sweaty with. And
Michael B. Jordan.
I'm not talking about you.
Jonathan Major.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, all right.
We get that your husband's not your type, Judy.
He is my type. I love white. I love
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like he's attractive. He is obviously all man, right? I've seen him.
Yeah.
But you like the chocolate, and it's fine. You're allowed to like your little Hershey bar, okay? Just because you decided to go with a payday, oh, that works on two levels.
Wow.
Just because you went with a payday doesn't mean that the baby Ruth isn't always going to be like in your mind, okay?
Look. What the thing is though, I've never dated a chocolate man.
I know you're too intimidated.
Wow. Slow your roll.
Right? But no, but she even did the thing where she's like, Idris Alba. I was like, oh, you want to fuck him? She's like, well, he's really handsome.
What?
Right? Right?
Oh, Alex.
So I love it. I love when she turns into a full-blown Leo and just can't admit a couple weeks ago we went to get sandwiches on date night.
Ooh, okay.
And she hit the curb on the way in. Sorry, I had to look to make sure she's not gonna stab me. She hit the curb on the way into parking.
Okay.
Got out of the car and said, I think this spot is too small. Right?
Oh,
so
Alex.
me being me, the terrible human being I am, I got out of my side. I was like, I don't think it's that the spot is small. I think it's that you left enough room on my side for an RV. So here's the kicker, though.
Oh, God. Yeah.
She got out of the car and said that, but is so in that Leo aspect. She dead ass followed it up with, I wasn't talking about the space being too small.
What was she talking about?
She was trying to bullshit about how she was saying that it was the curb was short, so it messed with her peripherals.
Oh.
You missed me. Oh man. But yeah,
Where'd you guys
so
go for sandwiches? I kind of wanted to follow up on that.
so for some reason I used to feel bad when I would mention a restaurant and she said that she had never been to that restaurant.
Okay.
And then like I started mentioning places that like everyone should have like stumbled into accidentally one time.
At some point in their life.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like Porta Subs or
Okay.
Jersey Mike's
Mm-hmm.
or any sub place other than Capriati's and Subway, right?
Right. Yeah.
She hasn't been to any of those places.
Interesting.
Right. So
Okay.
I stopped feeling bad about her not eating, and I just decided, well, maybe you stop
Not eating.
Yeah, well, at restaurants, so then maybe you stop being a villain. No, that sounds mean. Maybe you a hermit. I almost said troll, but a hermit.
Okay.
Maybe you stop being so much of a hermit. You
I like
go
how you're
out.
looking outside, making sure you don't get hit.
You be more of a hermit or less of a hermit. You go out and eat. So we went to one of the most prestigious sub sandwich shops you can go to.
Okay.
Firehouse.
Hey,
I
man.
love Firehouse, man.
I like
had
Firehouse.
I had a real hankering for it the other day. So we went.
That's good.
And that was our trip to the sandwich place and the very small car
And the very
space.
small car. Not car space. The curb was.
Well, who
small.
knows
I
at
don't
this point? Who knows? Okay. If I had said that you're only saying that because she would have been like, well, I wasn't talking about the curb. I was talking about the tree coming out of the curb because it casted a shadow, making it seem even smaller, which caused me to get and look, my car is very big. Okay, it's a very big car. It's a midsize SUV, Jeep Renegade Trailhawk. Okay. So obviously it's not gonna be able to squeeze into these tiny spots.
Well, why was she driving in the first place, though? Why weren't you driving?
Because I asked her to drive.
Okay.
Wait, first of all, let's not turn this into
I was just asking.
why aren't you being a man about your shit conversation just because the woman had an issue parking. Okay, I'm on to you. Okay. So she's very gracious and drives on Friday night, which is usually date night, because she works from home.
Yeah.
So she hasn't driven anywhere all day. And yeah, I know that I've only driven to work and from work, but it's like sometimes when you get home, you just don't want to have to drive again.
Yeah.
So she'll usually drive on Friday nights for that reason.
Okay.
Also, I'm getting so high as soon as I get home on a Friday night. Like it is probably like I don't know if I even know what sandwich shop we were in by the time we got there. I just knew we had placed a mobile order and they handed me a bag of stuff
and you're like,
and we left. Oh, you always got to do the mobile order. Like even if you want to eat there, you got to do mobile order because they always tell you about fucking coupons and shit that you might have missed.
It's true. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
speaking of though, there are no Capriati's out here. And
yeah, but you got Whataburger.
Yeah, but it's not there. Sometimes I randomly would crave a sandwich from Capriati's.
I like how you say there's no sandwich place out here. Yeah, but you got burgers.
Right, like that doesn't count. I'm talking about Capriati.
Well, isn't there like a app where you can order food from other states or something?
Oh, there is? No.
I'm fairly certain. Yeah.
No.
I'm fairly certain that there's some. I don't know if Capriati's is on it. Like I'm sure it's not like, no, I want to get a Slim Jim from this exact location on the corner of MLK and 7th. Because growing up, I always got every day I got a Slim Jim from that spot, and that's the only place I ever liked them. No, I'm sure that it's different from that, but you know.
Oh, I might have to look into it, but anyways, so before like moving here, I remember I was like, oh, I wonder if there's the Capriati's nearby, and nothing. So then I decided, like, I dug deeper, and apparently Capriotti's is local to I mean, like, they have a lot of different
Well, they
franchises, but
started
it's,
here.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, okay.
So I was like,
Yeah. No.
oh, neat. I love Capriotti's. Like, it was so
You've
good.
you've never like read anything inside of Capriotti's, huh?
I just know I like the capastrami.
Like don't get me wrong, I haven't been at like
The
the one that we
Bobby.
go to. The one that we go to is connected to a 7-Eleven, so I don't think it is the perfect presentation of like a Capriotti's.
Okay, yeah.
But so it may have changed, but yeah, I remember going in and that was their whole thing, like started in Las Vegas.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have always thought to have the best sandwiches and with the best ingredients to make the best product.
But yes, I feel like I need to grab a sandwich when I ever come back over there at Capriotti.
Yeah. Yeah, you can bring some fucking Celsius colas and you can have a sandwich. Okay. Oh, I know that we already talked about the Super Bowl, but real quick,
Yes.
how would you feel if they traded Dak?
I don't know. I love Dak, but goddamn, like, ugh,
Oh, I'm so dead right now.
why?
Like, don't get me wrong. I get where you're coming from, but that is just like that is so cutthroat for a guy that is your franchise quarterback, for a guy that just won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, for a
Yeah,
guy that
he
is
did.
getting paid what, like $40 million a
47
year.
million a year.
You don't sound bitter. Like for you, and don't get me wrong, also, I think that the rumor was that they would maybe trade with Houston for the second overall pick. I
Mm,
don't think Houston wants to make that trade. I really don't think that they think. I think that they believe the upside of the second round pick is higher than the upside of what Dak can get.
okay.
But I mean, like, look, all I have is Geno Smith, and I would be sad if my team. It would be more justifiable than Dak, but I would still be sad if they traded him for the second overall pick.
Yeah,
Like, you're just like, fuck it, man. Like, let's try something new. It hasn't worked so far.
I say Dak probably has about a good year or two. I don't know if Zeke is staying. I don't know what we're doing with him.
All
He's
the
up in
reports
there,
say that
so,
he's dust. Like he's just not.
like, I
So
don't.
you're gonna have to, at the very least, if he stays, that contract's got to get reworked to where he's making like $2 million a year or something.
Which I'm sure he's not trying to take that kind of pay cut, but it's all
Well,
about money in there. In
the only
business.
thing with that though, I mean, maybe you get lucky and a team reaches for him, but
Mhm.
you end up being like a Des Bryant, who he never got another shot after he left Dallas. I mean, he might have gotten like
He
a
could
spot here
have.
or there, but he
Well,
never.
but he did end up signing with the Saints, but then he tore his ACL during one of their practices before the game they were supposed to play against the Cowboys, like a few years ago.
Okay, I did forget about
Yeah.
that. But even then, it was a 1 year. Like
It was.
he didn't
Mhm.
get paid off of that. But that's my point. Is that the best case scenario is that
Mhm.
Zeke, after 1 year of not getting paid, can somehow get paid somewhere. But
I
that's
don't
the
think
best
so.
case scenario. So
Right.
if it was me, unless I can get a spot on one of the heavy hitters, so San Francisco or Kansas City, obviously.
Mhm.
Trying to think of teams that are good. It's so hard because we have no idea because it's so far. But unless you can get on a team that has championship aspirations, even the New
Right.
Jersey Jets or New York Jets, right?
New Jersey Jets.
They used to be in Jersey, okay?
Well, they do play in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm tired, okay? It's
okay.
been a very
We're wrapping up soon.
it's been a very long week at work. There's been a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
So my brain is just trying to hold on with the bubble gum and duct tape that's holding it together as it is. But there are some places that I could see him going as like a support piece, as a third down back, something
Mhm.
like that. If he wants to get a championship. if he's just trying to get the most money possible, I think that his best bet is honestly Dallas.
Just to say, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, even
It's true.
if it is at 3 million, I don't think he gets 3 million going anywhere. I think he gets veteran minimum wherever else he goes.
I think so too.
So
He just hasn't shown that explosiveness.
no, and that's not who he is anymore. Like
No.
he can be a very nice bruising back, but he still needs that Tony Pollard like burst in order to make you kind of wear down, I guess. Anyway, I was trying to talk about Dak and you turned in typical Cowboy fan. Okay. We want to talk about the quarterback and you bring up all the ancillary pieces.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I just wanted to say last weekend I got to meet your other son.
Oh yes,
Baby
'cause
Ryan.
I wanted to say you're so welcome. You're so welcome. That the Lord. I'm not taking it back. This is what happened. It's historical. The Lord spread His seed. Okay. But I did want to say that I love how you honor my child on your Twitter and call your what is it TT Juju?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so adorable.
That's how Val referred to me to the child. So,
Wow.
but yeah, so they came.
Why
up
is it
here.
that white people are always trying to appropriate? White people don't call their aunts TT. I'm only going to let this slide because it's my child involved, but I'm not happy. Not happy.
Well, it's actually Tita, but it's okay.
I don't know, it just sounds Southern.
But yeah, they came up here on Sunday and we did some brunch and we just hung out with her husband, the family, I should say. And he's so cute. He's a big boy. He is one hefty, like he's like ready to go to the combine, honestly.
Well, good. I don't want to rush it, but we got like 20 seconds left. So tell me more about my son next week because God knows, like my dad, I'm not showing up. Anyway, this was a conversation with Judy and Ryan.
God,
and we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.